Alright, so in this video I'm going to talk about 2 common factory defects with the FXDL Lowrider S. Let's check it out. Alright, what's going on YouTube? BK Low is back in the building. And we got your girl Jenny in the building as well. Always a good day when I get to ride with the old lady. And yeah, I've just been getting a lot of questions lately from folks asking me about some common defects with this bike that I spend so much time on. So I figured why not do a quick video just kind of addressing them. So, factory defect number 1 on the Lowrider S. And this is one that I kind of noticed since day 1 of having this bike. And that's the delayed startup that happens from time to time on this bike. So like what'll happen from time to time is like you'll go to start the bike and it'll almost like kind of hiccup at startup. It doesn't sound too good, but then inevitably the bike will start up. So yeah, just to be clear, you know, I'm on a 2016 FXDL. You know, I've been on this bike for a very good amount of time. I have had the bike since 2016. But yeah, so pretty much that's really just the that's the problem right there. It's really nothing else but that. It just has a delayed startup, and like you will get this weird little like message that says like V-int or something like that. It's a weird message. But basically the bike will just hiccup and it'll have a delayed startup, but then it'll turn over immediately after, and that's what happens every time. So even though like the first couple times it happens, you're gonna be like, oh man, what's wrong with my bike? It's totally normal with this bike. It doesn't affect performance in any way. The only thing it does is just sound kind of bad at times. So what you should know is Harley Davidson in 2017 did issue a recall, and they did offer to fix that issue if you brought it to a dealership. So I actually did, and what I had learned about that is they will do that, but they will fix it for you, but they will only do it if you are running a stock exhaust, which I'm obviously not. I'm on my second aftermarket exhaust at this point. Most people do not run a stock exhaust on a Harley Davidson. So it didn't really help me, and I was just like, alright, you know what, it's not affecting performance. It just kind of sounds weird at times, so whatever, just let it go. And yeah, that was really it. But if you are someone that is like, maybe you just got the bike and it's still stock, I would, you know, bring it to Harley Davidson and let them handle that before you start, you know, building up the bike or whatever. And yeah, but like I said, it's actually pretty, it does happen, but it's pretty rare that it happens. Like, it's definitely not all the time, and it does not affect the performance. So at the end of the day, I don't really care if it's not affecting performance. Alright, so defect number 2, and I don't even know if they even classify this as a factory defect. This one is more just kind of like word of mouth that I know a lot of other people have experienced this, and that is the front fork seal just busting loose at some point. So I found out about this defect last summer actually, which is pretty good. You know, I already had like 25,000 miles on the bike. You know, I've done a good amount of riding. A lot of that riding has been urban riding, so I've put the bike through a lot, you know. But I was riding with my boy Nick Dyna Navy, pulled up to a gas station, and all of a sudden I noticed that there is just oil all over the front end of the bike. And of course I looked to the right fork seal and it is dripping oil, indicating that I blew out the fork seal. So yeah. I told my boys about that from the SLC, and my boy Romano, who I guess is on some like some Dyna interest group or something on Facebook said that on there a lot of other folks had experienced the same issue, and apparently if you bring it to Harley, they will recognize it as a defect and will repair it for you. Now, I did not actually investigate that because I already had to take my bike in to Rolling Thunder to get new tires anyway, because this was actually shortly after I did that Canada trip. So I figured, you know what, it's already in the shop, I'm just gonna have Gerard take care of it, which he did. They fixed it and then it was fine after that. But again, I'm pretty sure like if that happens to your FXDLS, you can bring it to Harley and I think they will stand by it. Don't quote me on that, it's just what I've heard, word of mouth. They'll definitely fix the first issue that I mentioned. This one, again, I'm pretty sure they will take care of it. But yeah, I mean, my biggest mistake with that, and I couldn't have known at the time, but what I should have done when that happened is I should have just, on the spot, upgraded to Legend suspension, which I did like 6 months after it, because then that just would have solved the problem right there. But yeah, those are kind of the two most common issues and defects I have found with the bike, being on it for a little bit over 3 years at this point. If there's anything that you've experienced that maybe I didn't mention, feel free to leave it below. I'm always excited to learn new things about this bike. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to put this one out there because, you know, if you're looking to buy this bike or you're a new owner of this bike, you know, you don't want these things to catch you by surprise, you know? That's really it. I hope this was helpful. As always, thank you for watching. And BK Low is out.